Hi there, Karuna. Andrew here again, ready to correct your essay. So you've chosen a question that's not part of our course, which is something we don't normally encourage, but I will, as this is already late because of the mix-up, which I apologise for, I will correct this anyway. So we're talking about the causes and effects of widespread alcohol abuse of young people in modern-day society. Cool. Let me just move this up so we can see it all. So, the consumption of alcohol by, I would say, the younger generation is a contentious issue for the vast majority of people in both Western and Eastern societies. So here we're good. The cause and effects. Okay, so you think that people in the entertainment industry are responsible for the promotion of drinking? I would have said that advertising industries are to blame, but in this paragraph, I think we're overstating the influence that Hollywood has on people. I do believe that Hollywood has a major influence over people, but the fact that people in cinema drink is only a symptom of the fact that it is socially acceptable to do so. In the Western countries, such as the UK and the USA, alcohol use has been completely socially acceptable for a very, very long time. So the fact that movie stars drink is simply a mirror of the social norm. What we really want to get to is, why do people drink? So we know that it's socially acceptable, but why do they do it? Well, actually, most people drink because most people drink for entertainment. They drink to make social matters easier. In the UK, alcohol is known as the social lubricant because it, people in the UK are quite emotionally repressed, so they require some alcohol to be able to speak to strangers and such. Also, this example, where did this come from? We would need, if you're going to use a statistic like this, you're going to have to tell us how you know this. Where does it come from? Who found this out? So in terms of task response, because this essay asks for your opinion, essentially, what do you think are the causes and effects? This is fine, but I would strive to make your example more clear. I think given the slight lack of focus that this paragraph features, you'd be looking more at a 6 in task response than a 7. So drinking habits lead to a waste of money. Okay, this is good. Although, to say that it's used in an improper way, again, this features like a moral judgment. So if you want to say that it's used in an improper way, really we should talk about what the proper way is, and why is that the proper way. So let's go through and correct some grammar. So the consumption of alcohol by the younger generation is a contentious issue for the vast majority of people in both Western and Eastern societies. Some blame the parents, that'll be comma, while others believe that all members of society? I firmly believe that people from the entertainment industry are responsible for drinking culture to a large extent, and the implications are that young people waste considerable amounts of money. This essay will analyse the cause and effect. We really should say causes and effects, as it's in the question, using examples from Hollywood and surveys to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Here we should say the majority, but the majority of the youth, actually the majority of youths, are lured by the fascinating lifestyle of film stars, which includes regular liquor intake. I would say here, to make this a bit more precise, in many cases includes regular liquor intake, because not all film stars drink, not all films feature drinking. Be careful of generalizations. This is due to the fact that youths mostly try to imitate their drinking habits, because film stars are considered role models for them. Okay, fine. Unfortunately, almost all people in the limelight, I believe we can use that as a single word. Almost all people in the limelight, from, let's say, cinema, because we've used films a lot, endorse, let's say, one or more liquor brands, or have acted drunk in a movie. For example, let's say a recent survey showed that 60% of adolescents in America have tried binge or social drinking after imitating their favourite hero from Hollywood. Therefore, it is crystal clear that the effect I would say, I'm going to allow that. I don't think it is crystal clear. I think you should say something like, I would suggest that, or it is my opinion that. And I wouldn't say the effect of, I would just say it is crystal clear that people in the limelight who drink or advertise alcohol can influence young minds easily. That would be fine. Drinking habits lead to a significant wastage of money. This is because addiction to liquor can be costly for an individual, especially when consumed by young people, or we should have a comma there then, who are solely dependent on parents financially. This would be better here. Financially dependent on parents. For example, a recent survey, we could just do that. A recent survey by the Times newspaper revealed that 40% of pocket money is spent on liquor by the age group 18 to 21 in India. This is not as a consequence of the survey. This is revealed by the survey. So we could just use a comma and say, revealing that a large amount of finance given by parents is utilised in an improper way. And we should also be using British English spellings. But once again, I would be more precise with this. What do you mean by improper? Whose standards are we using? To conclude, from the above examples and arguments, it is clear that film stars are the reason. Let's say one of the reasons, because they're not the only reason, for encouraging many young people to drink, which results in an inappropriate use of money provided to them by their parental figures. So let's have a see what we were doing on word count. So we're quite over the word count. I think we could do with maybe reducing your intro slightly. Remember, in the introduction, we only need to do 3 things. That's discuss the contention, so that's the point in which we cover every part of the question. Also, in this question, parents and other members of society often set a bad example. We really should have discussed the parents at some point. And not in just that their money is being wasted. I'm talking about that parents drinking in front of their children sets a bad example. To set a bad example is to be a role model and incentivize perceived negative behavior. So maybe we should have referred to the example set at some point as well by parents. Because it seems to me like your opinion of Hollywood has really influenced your writing here. And it's caused you to just miss the question slightly. Some sociologists claim that parents and other members of society often set a bad example. So from this, what I think of is that it's easy for young people to see their parents and everybody else drinking frequently in bars and thus think that it's a good idea. Also, the effects of widespread alcohol abuse in young people. So if people are abusing alcohol to a large extent, really the primary effect that I think of is health. Widespread alcohol abuse negatively affects health, which pushes up healthcare costs for the state, and also lowers productivity because people who become addicted to alcohol tend not to work very well. So rather than just saying film stars are to blame and it's a waste of money, really we should have spoken about the examples set by parents and other members of society and how how children emulate their role models, and then we should have discussed the health crisis that results. That would have been, for me, the best answer possible. But I'll send this over to you now. In your next essay, please do try to stick to the course content, and really, when you look at the question, really drill down into every part of it, because we really should stick as closely as possible to the question that we were asked. But all the best, Karuna. Speak soon. Have a great day.